as part of preparations for the credible, accurate, transparent, and integrity-based 2026 general elections, Uganda's Independent Electoral Commission has procured approximately 100,009,142 improved Biometric Voter Verification Kits, also known as BVVKs. These handheld electronic devices will be used to confirm voters' identities by comparing their physical characteristics with the data in the existing voter database. However, this development was met with resentment and skepticism from some members of the public, who argued that the newly introduced biometric devices could instead facilitate ballot stuffing and cause delays rather than solving the long-standing electoral challenges.
It has been a conversation on the streets and everywhere, and people wanted to know what BVVK means, what it's going to be used for, how it's going to be used, what is the purpose, what is this convenience and inconvenience.
This prompted the Commission to conduct a public practical demonstration to address and counter such concerns.
Kato's name has been found on the register. We put an asterisk on that in our first witness, and then we scan the ID of the first witness.
The public demonstration has featured a real-time simulation of a future polling station, where a number of registered voters and journalists were invited to participate in the voting process using the BVVKs. The process begins with the Electoral Commission officials who are well trained in operating the kits, verifying voters' identities by scanning their fingerprints, or in cases where fingerprints are defaced, using facial recognition.
So after that, we are going to take his biometric, and that is the fingerprint. Here it comes.
Once a voter is successfully verified, the BVVK operator scans the ballot paper for the respective electoral category before issuing it to the voter. This process is intended to prevent the issuance of fake ballots and also curb ballot stuffing. In cases where an individual is not a registered voter or appears at the wrong polling station, the biometric device automatically rejects the verification and directs the voter to the rightful polling station.
The BVVK is able to direct him to the exact polling station where he should vote.
The exercise is designed to take a maximum of 1 minute per voter to complete verification and authorization to vote. At the end of the voting process, the devices are also equipped with features that allow the submission of authenticated declaration results, also known as DRA forms, to the Electoral Commission's central tallying system.
So we are beginning to now scan each ballot.
Success. Success.
After the results are entered into the declaration of results forms and authenticated, officials scan and photograph the forms before submitting them via the BVVK. This serves as a backup for returning officers, enabling validation through comparison with the physical results submitted to the tally center, particularly in cases where results are contested. According to the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Hajjati Aisha Lubega, this marks a significant achievement in the Commission's efforts to uphold the principle of one person, one vote, and to deliver a credible and transparent election.
The system will enable the Commission to ensure that only registered voters vote during the election and that such persons do not vote more than once for the same election. Hence, it will help the Commission to achieve one man or one woman vote principle. The Commission is progressing with the training of the officials who will operate the kits during the elections from the national level, the polling level.
In exclusive interviews with the voters who participated in the BVVK demonstration, they commended the introduction of the new voting system, noting that it helps curb attempts by unscrupulous individuals to vote more than once, while also being time efficient.
What I can say is it shouldn't be an inconvenience to the voters. Whoever is interested in voting should not be intimidated by the BVVK. It is a seamless system, it works well.
Actually, I think twalwawo dda. Technology is the best way kubanga mpoziko ng'omuntu ahakinze. Kyekibuuzo kye tunaenda obuuza oba tebasobola gihakinga. Naye nga technology tujja manya nti gundi yalonze oba gundi teyalonze. Kuba abantu abamu bagamba mbu babalondera.
On the other hand, the Deputy Chairperson of the Commission, Hajjati Aisha, announced adjustments to the polling dates for special interest groups at both parliamentary and local government levels. The move is intended to enable members of these elective categories to seamlessly participate in universality suffrage or general elections, as well as take part in their respective electoral college elections.
The first one is that the National Conference for Election of Persons with Disabilities, PWDs, representatives to Parliament, which was supposed to take place on 19th January 2026, will now take place on 3rd February 2026. The second one, the election of councillors representing special interest groups, the youth, the older persons, and PWDs at sub-county, town, and municipal division, which was supposed to take place on 19th January 2026, will take place on 30th January 2026. The third one is that the National Conference for Election of Workers Representatives to Parliament, which was supposed to take place on 21st January 2026, will take place on 19th January 2026. It's going to be 19th January 2026. Then the National Conference for Election of National Female Youth Representatives to Parliament, which was supposed to take place on 28th January 2026, will take place on 6th February 2026. The regional conferences for election of regional youth representatives to Parliament, which was supposed to take place on 6th February 2026, will take place on 28th January 2026.
This comes at a time when the Commission has embarked on the issuance of voter allocation slips since December 15th. According to the Deputy Chairperson, voters can collect their slips free of charge from their respective parishes across the country until January 30th next year. Joseph Kabale, UCTV News.